Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Snacktime with Mack and Ash here on the Be Heard podcast platform, the podcast where we talk to interesting people about their lives, their dreams, and most importantly, their snack obsessions. Be sure to go and give a listen to all the other podcasts on the Be Heard podcast platform. We'll talk about them a little later on in the show. But for right now, I am your co-host, Mack Irvin III, and joining me, as always, is the resident snack queen, Ashley Hayes Stone. Ashley, how are you doing this Thanksgiving holiday?
Ooh, I am ready to eat my quarantine feelings. I don't know about you, Mac.
Yeah, I've been doing that before quarantine, so this is just another excuse for me to go ahead and indulge in whatever I want with family on Thanksgiving. Hey, a happy Thanksgiving to all you listeners, too, as this is our Thanksgiving episode. And again, it's just the two of us here today, just to talk about our favorite things about Thanksgiving. And, of course, what we like to eat on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. I always feel like poor Thanksgiving is like the middle child of the holidays. I mean, it literally is, right? It's Halloween. It's like, ooh, candy. And then Thanksgiving's like, and then like Christmas is like, it's all out. It's the
Yeah,
favorite. It's the baby.
yeah. Thanksgiving is definitely the favorite forgotten holiday for a lot of people. Like, I have a lot of friends who post on Facebook, like, hey, it's Christmas time. And I'm always annoyed because people always ignore Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is just so universally disrespected. And it just makes me annoyed that it doesn't get the respect it deserves. Like, it's like one of my favorite holidays behind Christmas. Just the feeling of, sitting together with family, eating a bunch of good food, and watching some football games that may or may not be good.
I feel like I am one of those friends that you see on Facebook. I love Christmas so much, and I do tend to like forget about Thanksgiving, but then I look forward to it at the same time because I'm like, oh yes, I'm gonna eat all the food. It's like one of those holidays where like you just eat and eat and eat, and even though your stomach hurts, you just still go for it. And the leftovers are always amazing.
Well, they're not always amazing. They tend to sit in the fridge for a long time in our family, at least.
What? No, they're gone like in my family.
Well,
Like
I mean, it's because we make so much of it. It's not like we're not eating it the days after. It's just, when you eat stuff for 5 or 6 days straight, you start to get a little tired of it.
what's really interesting to me is that so people now, well, not people now, like I know that yes, pumpkin pie and turkey, but people make the same thing for Christmas, and then I'm like, dang.
Oh yeah, my family and we moved on from that a long time ago. We don't double down on Thanksgiving and Christmas. We have Christmas themed foods, but maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that in our Christmas themed episode because we
Okay.
because we still haven't decided what our theme is for this year. Maybe it'll be just a bunch of mass instead of any traditional theme.
I wanted to make a pun. I was like quarantine miss, sad, just sad miss.
Yeah, I like sadness. Sadness is appropriate.
Sad miss. That's sad.
So has COVID and quarantine destroyed your Thanksgiving plans, Ashley?
You know what? Yeah, but at the same time, like I'm kind of like, okay, sometimes it just gets a little overwhelming being around family and then explaining that, like, about your life over and over and over again. You know, like it's like, how are you? Where are you going to school? What are your life goals? And I'm just like, oh fuck, what are my life goals? What am I doing here? Like, who am I? Like, those thoughts just come to me when my family members are basically interviewing me. I'm like, I'm the journalist in this family. What is going on here?
Yeah, that's why it's more easy to have like a tight knit family. Nobody comes over, so it's just people you hang out with every day. So makes
It's
for a pretty relaxed Thanksgiving for me.
Yeah, and so I'm really happy I get to be with my immediate family because I'm like, oh my god, I can like go in my pajamas, eat what I want, and watch TV with my family and not say anything. And that's fantastic for me sometimes.
Do you do the tradition of going around and saying what you're thankful for?
You know what? Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. So like my family, like my at least my like immediate family, we're not really like we don't pray. We just yell grace and then eat.
No, yeah, we're the same way.
Yeah, I know, which actually mortifies like my bigger family because they're mostly, I mean, Christian and Catholic. So we all sit and pray. And the whole time I feel awkward, but then I still feel obligated, because I want to be respectful. It's like a whole thing. That's why I'm like, again, I like being with my like immediate family because we could just say grace, gorge, and chill and then eat again. And then I try to tell myself I'll go for a walk later, but that never happens. So I end up watching a movie.
Right. There's times to feel bad about yourself. It's not the holidays.
Oh no, yeah, no, feel bad about yourself in January.
So you were telling me something interesting before we came to record.
Mhm.
You were mentioning how upset you were that you have never been invited to a Friendsgiving.
I
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay, well, like, as it's my own damn fault, honestly. Like, I'm just friends with a bunch of introverts. I am like, I, I, how am I gonna expect one of y'all gonna make like, oh, I'm gonna do a thing or a Friendsgiving? Come over, Ashley. No, I'm gonna be the one that has to do it. And you know
Listen,
what? Yeah.
all it takes is one story of somebody inviting people for their birthday or some other kind of party and nobody shows up. Like that was it for me. Like I haven't organized a parties because I don't want that to happen. And honestly, it's just too much stress.
It is so much stress. Like, I I don't even want to, like, I hosted a Thanksgiving with my cousin once, and that was like, it was fun, but it was so stressful. And again, like, I think I had to help make the turkey or something, and like
Oh man.
I'm not putting my hand up a turkey's butt ever again. That was awful. That was
So
traumatizing.
so you're saying you won't fist a turkey this time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fist a turkey this time, okay? You have to pay for OnlyFans for that one. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow. Okay, that took a different turn. You were the one that made that offhanded remark earlier in the week, which
Fisting of the turkey. I just think
uh,
that's so gross. And then like you have to like rip out its insides and like, I know like, some people save them to eat them and I'm not that way, but I'm like, but then again I thought like, I wonder how a turkey heart really tastes like. But then I'm like, no, that's crazy for me.
we always fill the inside with bacon and onions and that kind of
Um
stuff. So yeah,
and stuff.
it's
Oh,
good
have you ever
good
tried chili?
times.
Yeah, my grandmother, I don't really know the recipe by heart because again, I don't cook or clean. So no, I clean. But I'm sorry. I think I was about
Why?
to sing
I know,
WAP.
I know from experience. I know from experience you don't cook. I've had a piece of chicken you brought into the newsroom one time, and
That was
I nearly died.
it was so dry, put in the air fryer because I was like, oh, this will taste good because I heard air fryers taste good, but it dried it out. But that's a different story. Okay, I'm learning how to fend for myself. I just survive off vegetable box soup from Trader Joe's. No, oh, where are we going with this? I was just about to sing WAP and then
You were
I was like, I don't cook, I don't clean, but then I was like, no, Ashley, stop it.
wop 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 macaroni in a pot.
I
That's some wings and pizza.
That could be
Shout
a
out to
Thanksgiving
shout
song.
out to the MC Hugh Jackson for that one.
Oh my god. I wish I knew what that meant. But so want to talk about Thanksgiving traditions?
Sure. We don't really have that many. Most of the food is pretty much done by halftime of the first game, which is around 11 o'clock. Just for those who aren't aware, there are 3 NFL football games that happen, and me and my family, we sit around, eat food, and watch all of those games. It's always a fun time because my dad's a Dallas Cowboy fan, and the Cowboys have played every Thanksgiving that I've been alive. And most of the time, it's not been a good day for him
Oh my
because the Cowboys are not very good. But yeah, aside from that, just eating food. My mom gets up really early in the morning to start making the turkey and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
I always wondered, like, I know I'm never ever going to know this, But I wanna feast with the football players because I bet on Thanksgiving, they have, like, this amazing, like, I don't know, I just see a table near, like, the coach or something, I don't know, the offline or whatever, or off the field. Do they do that or do they not provide that? Like, I don't know, I'm just very curious.
I don't think they eat during the game, no,
I would.
if that's what you're asking.
But they provide, like, some Thanksgiving meal to the football players.
On Sunday Night Football, they pick the two stars and they give them turkey legs as they sit and talk about the game. But I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing this year because of COVID. So
I kinda wish
that's
you
disappointing.
I want you and I to do that. We should have done that. Just eat a bunch of
Mm.
turkey legs there and hang out and do this podcast.
It's fun. It's interesting talking about turkey legs. Have
Mhm.
you ever had a deep fried turkey before?
I never had, but I heard it's amazing. It's really crazy, like, you can make a turkey in so many ways.
Yeah, you can. My mom actually tried to make she bought some turkey legs just for the purpose of experimenting and seeing,
Mhm.
if we were gonna have a deep fried turkey, which one would be the best, like just
Yeah.
seasoning the turkey and dropping it in the fryer or breading it and then putting it in the fryer. And I have to tell you, it's pretty disappointing. We didn't find either one of those solutions to be all that good. And
Really?
it was really heartbreaking to find that out. And what was even more heartbreaking was my grandfather sent us a turkey fryer
Oh,
one year. I think it was one of our housewarming gifts when we first moved in 2017,
yeah.
and we have not used it since.
Oh, it was that bad.
Yeah, we've never used it. So yeah,
Oh,
it's been sitting in the garage for 3 years.
maybe this could be the year.
I doubt it. I don't think this is the year to be taking risks.
You know what? That's fair. That's really fair. Like, I speaking of like traditions, like I think for my family, we just like, well, yeah, duh, eat, but then also the parade. I know that's like so. I'm kind of curious. Like, are they even going to do a parade this year? Probably not.
They shouldn't, but I mean, worse decisions have been made. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
where's it normally held? It's normally held in New York, right?
yeah.
I would imagine no, not New York. If it was in Florida, maybe. But
Or oh my god, yes. It's a you sit and you watch it and then for me I always got really impatient and hangry. I'm like, when's the turkey gonna be ready? It's like because it takes like a whole day to like make it.
yeah, yeah, it's a hard waiting game when you can smell everything. And it's so hard to like we wait like until everything is cooked before we start eating.
Same,
So
same.
yeah,
I
so
hate it.
it's hard when you can smell everything. It's like, oh, it's all right there.
It's so close and it's so not cooked, but I want it so bad. um Something well, actually, I want to ask you something. Are you like the type of person when you get pumpkin pie, do you cover your like pie with like all whipped cream or just like little dots of it? Like, oh, I need to know this.
Well, first of all, we don't eat pumpkin pie. We have sweet potato pie,
What's
but
the
it's
freaking difference? I can't taste it, but I know there is.
mm, this sparks a bigger conversation than just this show. Sweet potato versus pumpkin pie, you
Oh yeah.
know. But I believe it's essentially the same flavors. So,
Yeah.
but I do put a little bit of whipped cream on it, but I don't drown it. No,
I drown
I
it.
like the taste of the sweet potato by itself.
Really? Okay, because I drown my pie.
It's weird because I wasn't a big lover of sweet potatoes
Yeah.
until a couple of years ago because I don't know, it was just something like, no, I don't like it. Well, have you tried it? No, but I know I don't like it. And then I tried it and I was like, oh, this is good. So
That sounds like everything I do in life. I don't want to do it. Have you done it? No.
it's funny though, talking about sweet potato and pumpkin pie. I actually went to a Friendsgiving last year. It was the first and only one I've ever been to. And one of the other black people there, because you were supposed to bring something,
Uh-huh.
So she brought a sweet potato pie, but what she told everybody was, I'm going to say it's a pumpkin pie, see if anyone notices the difference.
Oh my god, did they?
No one noticed the difference.
Oh, God bless. That's why you read the fine print. No, yeah, I wouldn't know how Friendsgiving things work because I never get invited to. I think I'll be
Okay.
a blast at things.
So Ashley's very upset that I did not invite her, but I'd like to point out to her, for everyone else to hear, I didn't even know that I was going until a couple of hours before. So there's
I
no way that I was inviting anybody else, especially someone who didn't go to the same school as anybody else who was at the party.
I will still rock it. I will still act like everyone's my best friend, that we knew each other for years, and it would be really awesome.
And I think that's the other thing, was that, I didn't want to embarrass myself by being associated with someone like you. So
okay. You know what, Mac? Okay, I'm fun and I'm fun to bring around because then other people feel better about themselves. So like, whoa, I'm not that bad off.
well, yeah, that is true. So
Yeah, see, there you go. So next time you get invited to a Friendsgiving, because I don't think I ever will get invited to one, especially now.
well, I mean, there probably won't be one for a couple years.
Oh my god! I just someone invite me to a Friendsgiving, even if it's strangers. Just don't murder me and just feed me. I'm fun, and I'll bring Uno.
I want someone to put that on the shirt. Just don't murder me and be fun.
You know what I mean? I really like, not now, like maybe next year. Like I don't know. I don't care. Like I just want to go. You know what? Or okay, there's two scenarios that will happen. Either I'm gonna have a fun, or I'm gonna be super quiet and awkward and just sit like in the corner eating my pie alone, trying to.
Okay, when have you ever done option 2?
That's true. I mean, there's times though where I get all emo. It's it's really, I hate it.
I've never seen this, so I'm going to have
Oh.
to say it's false.
You're not genuine, Ashley. You're supposed to be happy 24/7.
Well, I can only go off of what I've been presented, and what I've been presented does not line up with that.
I think the only side you see me, it's probably salty. So I'm salty or I'm nice.
Oh yeah, we could do like 3 podcasts about that.
No, we don't have to. It's okay.
Well, we could.
No. Speaking of salty, going back to Thanksgiving. Actually, a tradition I want to talk about too is I love apple cider. And so my mom would request a bottle for myself, and I would just go around and pretend I'm a drunk pirate. I don't know why. It just on Thanksgiving, and just walk around and with a bottle of apple cider.
A drunk pirate, huh?
A drunk pirate. Like I don't know where this persona comes from, but apparently when I drink a lot of apple cider or have a bottle in my hand, that's what I become.
And this isn't alcoholic apple cider. This is just like apple flavored sparkling juice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I expect nothing different. But talking about apple cider, yes, that is one of my must-haves for a Thanksgiving dinner. And my family started off buying apple cider. I don't think a lot of them drink it that much anymore, other than me. So
I'm in the same boat. No one freaking drinks it but me. And there's like always a ton of bottles. And
it has to be Martinelli's.
Yes. I don't know if there's any other brand.
There are. They're just inferior. And until I taste one that's better, that is what I will believe.
Martin, I feel like so fancy, like drinking it out of like a little fancy glass, and I'm like, I'm somewhat adulty.
I don't get that feeling. No,
I feel fancy or a drunk pirate. Either way, I'm like, arr. You don't want to see it. It's really bad. But so like, okay. So you're Thanksgiving, everything's cooked. You're at the table. Do you like table, or are you because you say there are football games on? So are you guys usually eating around the TV, or?
It depends. 1 year we got this really cool table from Habitat for Humanity, and it's so good. We normally eat at it at Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving only.
I love it. A designated table for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's for special occasions where we all sit down and eat together. So sometimes we're there, but most of the time it's just get in where you fit in, sit wherever you want, find a spot to watch the games.
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to like having my big family get together for Thanksgiving, we're like that. And like there's even a kid table. And I got invited to do the adult table, but I was like, nah, this is too boring. I like the kids
Yeah,
table.
they were too much sophisticated talking about like news and stuff for you,
Oh,
right?
news. Boring. It's so boring. Who does that for a profession? Me, that's who. So no, no, but it's just yeah, and again, it's always like what's really awkward is I did it once. I sat by once, and it was like with all the elders, and one of them again asked me, how are your grades, and I'm like, and everyone just stopped what they were doing and stared at me, and I was like, oh shit, and I just shoved a bunch of food in my mouth. Well, I can't talk.
Well, the solution to that, get good grades.
I you know what? I that was a time where I wasn't doing well, but I think I'm a pretty decent student now. But like
Decent student, as in get D's.
I
Yes.
do not get D's, okay? I am I literally, it's really crazy. It's just like sometimes I'll just do homework on my phone when I'm like on an assignment, like when I'm freelancing. I'm like, okay, I'm doing an essay on my phone. I'm gonna type this out, and then afterwards I'm
That's
gonna
that's wild. I could never do that.
I do it. I have to. I'm always on the go. But, you know, it seems like your family discussions aren't really awkward. Like I always hear about these like terrible family discussions and you don't look forward to it and Uncle Jerry has to talk about his keto diet and all these crazy things. And like my family, like they're just a bunch of old farmers. So they just talk about or like I don't know, they talk, oh, I have azaleas and oh, I do this now and that's it. Like I'm the second youngest in my family. Everyone's really old.
I find it's easier to be around your family when you like them,
Yeah,
and for the most part, I like my family, so I'm kind of lucky in that sense. So,
I feel the same way. Never been to a family party and I was like, ugh, they're here. You
well,
know,
I have, but it's not because people were there. It's just because I didn't want to be there.
again, like I think the times where I don't like it is when all like eyes are on me and they're asking about like my life and I'm just like again, it just makes me think like, oh damn, like and then they brag about their other granddaughters. Well, my granddaughter's in Harvard and she got all straight A's and she has a house and
And
she's the same age as you.
and your grandmother has nothing to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I'm like, when she was alive, I'm like, yeah, grandma, tell them that I got an A once on Spanish. Tell her. It's like it's like now my mom's like, my daughter's a photojournalist, and I feel like no one knows what the hell that is. They're like, is that like what is that? Like a journalist?
Eh, the enemy of the people, right? Fake news.
Fake news. I'm so happy that it's not gonna be no more. But okay.
Oh, what are you talking about? There's a lot of battles going on right now.
There's so many battles. It's ridiculous. But back to Thanksgiving here. So we talked about like our favorites, right? Like our oh wait, we didn't talk about our favorite sides.
No, we haven't.
I want to talk about
Okay, go ahead. What are your favorite sides?
that. Okay, everyone. Okay, I love sweet potato mash. Like I know that sounds like it's like mashed potatoes, but with sweet potatoes. You know, I don't know what mom does to them. I don't cook again, and I don't want to ask. I'm just like forever, and you're gonna cook for me, so it's fine. But I know that's not the case. But in my head, like there's that. She makes it so great, and then also turkey. Duh. That's not really a side. This is the whole meal. What else? What else? What else? I really like green bean casserole. Do you guys make it? Like do you,
We don't make it for Thanksgiving, but I've had it before. I didn't think I would like it, but it's actually pretty good.
It's really good. Like it looks gross. Like when they give it to you on a plate, you're like, "Ugh, why is it gray?" What else? I didn't really come prepared for this. I'm like, I forgot what a Thanksgiving meal is. Or what. I'm just like, oh, stuffing, of course. You have to have like it has to be good stuffing. You know what I mean? Like
I've never really been a big fan of stuffing. Like I'll have a little bit of it, but it's not for me.
I feel like you're the type of person that would have a little bit of it so you won't offend the person who made it.
Well, since it's my mom, yeah, I can't really offend her. So
Oh my god, moms are the best. But oh my god, I think what? So there's mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes are great. I love them, but I love the sweet potato the best. That's like my number one in green bean casserole. I'm like, ooh, if that's at your Thanksgiving and if that's at your Friendsgiving, I will be there.
you're really trying to push this, aren't you? You want somebody to send you an invite.
I just I just want to go and I just really want it so bad.
All right. Well, for me, some of my favorite sides, macaroni and cheese is a must-have.
Oh
Like
yeah.
for Thanksgiving. Instead of sweet potato mash, we just go for yams. So just like chopped up pieces of sweet potato with
Ooh.
with the dressing on it. Oh
Do
god,
you put
it's so
marshmallows on
good.
those? I
No.
I see people do that. You're okay, sorry. Go ahead and
I
nerd
would
out.
I would like to try it, but I think my dad considers it heresy, so I don't think so we
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah, I think it would be illegal.
Um I love ham. I love ham more than turkey. Turkey is actually kind of really low on the stuff I
Really?
enjoy for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I mean, in certain cases it's good, but it's always really dry, kind of.
It
Like
depends.
that's why you have to get a lot of the drippings, and
Yeah.
that's why we wrap ours in bacon. So
Mhm.
yeah, gotta do something to make the turkey pop. What else? Crescent rolls is a must have for me. I love crescent rolls. That
I
that is when I'm responsible for cooking each Thanksgiving. I bake the crescent rolls and I use the can opener on the cranberry sauce, and that's my contribution to the family.
Oh my god. Well, God bless you. That I feel so dumb. I love bread rolls and like my cousin one year got the flaky bread, the flaky biscuits. You know, like each layer was like buttery and delicious. So like
Yeah, like the grands.
yeah, and they're so good. So like so as a child, I would my aunt and my my grandma would be making the Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, and I would sneak all the rolls and shove in my pocket and then run away. Well, then my aunt and my grandma would hit my hand and like, but little did they know I got some in my pocket.
Oh, so that's where the stealing obsession began.
I don't steal. It's only bread. I swear, I only steal bread.
It's only bread and free shirts from King's Games.
We're not getting into that one. That is
No, we'll get into it soon enough.
what's so funny is that my sister she uses that the one of the free shirts that I did not steal as like a nighttime shirt, and I saw her wear it today and I just died. I thought it was so funny. Well,
Didn't steal. It wasn't stolen. It was borrowed. Just 12 of them among 3 people.
we're not we're not there. Who else was gonna wear them? We're,
The people that were sitting in the seats, maybe.
right, okay.
That poor family that you waited to go to the bathroom so you could take their shirts. I'm
I
sure they
know
would have liked to have them.
this is a Thanksgiving episode, not put Ashley on blast episode. But
I like to think every episode is a put Ashley on
okay,
blast
dude, should
episode.
we just get into it? Should we just get into this whole thing? Should we just go off the rails about this? Me allegedly
I mean, there wasn't no allegedly about it.
taking free shirts from a family that left for a couple hours and I thought they were gone.
There's a couple minutes, but okay.
It was, well, should we? Okay, no, 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 no,
Well,
no.
we'll tell that story another day.
We will, and I will defend myself. That was, you know what,
Maybe we'll get the other guilty parties on and have them explain themselves as well.
I feel like it was me mostly that hatched the stupid plan. I
So
want, yeah, go ahead.
So we talked about leftovers and how they're always hanging around.
Yeah.
Is there anything creative that you do with leftovers? Like, do you
Uh,
make them into another dish, or do you just eat them as they are?
I just throw them in like a bread roll and I eat it.
I kind of did the same thing. I made a quesadilla one time, just like out of
A
all
Thanksgiving
the different.
quesadilla? That sounds bomb.
Yeah, it would have been if it wasn't 7 days after, because
Uh,
I was still miserable of Thanksgiving food. Like there's a certain window. If you get a week past Thanksgiving and you're still eating food, you've made too much.
oh, for sure. You know what? I hate when like, because I have a big family. Even though like it just sucks because like I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna come home. I'm like, I'm gonna give me some turkey. I'm gonna have like my little yams and blah blah blah, and it's all gone. I was like, really? That's it? No leftovers for me. So what I do is I hoard them. I put it in like a weird Tupperware and I say mine.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, I know. No, it's bad, but it's okay. It's Thanksgiving food. But I couldn't imagine like I would be so sick of Thanksgiving food after 7 days.
Yeah. So we talked about best sides. Are there any worst sides for you? Is there something that everybody else loves that you hate to eat for
Fuck,
Thanksgiving?
fuck you, cranberry sauce.
Ah.
I hate it. I hate it. It's not good. I know. And this is where the podcast of Mac and Ash ends because Mac and Ashley are not best friends anymore.
It's just like I don't understand how one person can be so wrong about so many different food on a food podcast. How can you have so many bad
I
takes?
don't excuse me. No, 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 no. I just hate it. I think what it is too is like I don't like the canned one. It just grosses me out. Because it looks like when you take it out of the can does the shape of the can and it's just like weird and it just ugh.
That's why you chop it up with a spoon or something so it doesn't look like a can and
It
it fits in
doesn't.
the container.
No, I just don't think it's good. It looks pretty, sometimes when it's sliced. It just grosses me out. I just don't think it's good. I'm sorry. I don't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everyone who's offended. I'm sorry for cranberry sauce people everywhere. Sorry.
I don't know if I have like something that I would say is my worst side,
Mm.
but I think stuffing for me is the thing that I don't like as much as everybody else does because everybody talks about stuffing and how it's like supposed to be like the main piece next to the turkey, and for me it's like no, no.
Stuffing can be hit or miss. I mean, there's certain stuffings I can't stand, like because it just tastes like soggy bread and cranberries stuck together, and I'm like, okay, this is disgusting. But there's some stuffing that's really good.
Do you put cranberries in your stuffing?
Some people do. I mean, I've been to a Thanksgiving and I'm just like, oh God, this is awful. This is
That
so.
sounds that sounds on the level of raisins and fruit salad. Like it shouldn't be there.
Oh, whoever does that is a monster. Like seriously.
They walk among us.
I walk among us.
But what
Yeah.
about the two mini holidays that come up after Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
The one where people try to kill themselves to buy a new TV. Talking about Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
I'm a huge Cyber Monday person. I love to shop online. Okay, like I'm sounding like so basic. I love to shop like not even for myself, just for other people. I'm one of those people that gets really excited when I get someone something that I can't contain myself. So when the day I buy it for them, I'm like, guess what I got you? They're don't tell me. I'm like, I got you this. I'm the worst on Christmas, and yeah, don't choose me as your secret. If you're if I'm your secret Santa, like I'm gonna tell you.
Feels like that's defeating the purpose of Secret Santa.
I don't like secrets, and I get so excited. but um, but yeah, I'm a huge Cyber Monday person because I just don't get Black Friday. I worked in retail. I worked at the Disney store one time, and I was
Oh,
it wasn't that bad, but it was still kind of like, really? You're fighting over a Woody doll? Like, really? Like it was kind of like I had to break up a fight between like there was one Woody doll left. And they're like, my son needs this. No, my son needs this. And I'm just like, y'all don't need it. Go to Walmart. It's cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never really gotten the lining up, like on Thanksgiving, especially people that line up like at 4 o'clock on Thanksgiving trying to get the Black Friday sales. I've always been more of a Cyber Monday person. Just
Yeah.
I don't know if it's laziness, but I just don't like the idea of bum rushing stores on that Friday after Thanksgiving. So
Oh,
Cyber Monday's always been easier for me.
same. But as a photographer, I one time I went out. I used my phone, because I'm creepy like that. But I just took some photos. I thought it was really interesting. My favorite thing my favorite thing to see and witness for Black Friday when I worked at the mall, and also for like doing like taking photos, was the line at Victoria's Secret of guys on their phone waiting for their girlfriends, and I thought that was just it's so glorious. It's so great. It's my
Those
favorite thing.
those were guys looking for last minute gifts.
No, or some of them are waiting for their their partner, right? Or I love seeing a guy with like a bunch of Victoria's Secret stuff just walking around, and I'm just like, that's great. I just want to you're amazing. Get her a cupcake too. Get her a Cinnabon. Get that gift card. It's really fun just to like see people do that. Or grocery stores are my favorite thing, just to walk around and see people, old people especially, they still have those physical lists, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so cool to just I can't contain myself. I love going to grocery stores and just taking little snapshots of it. Like a creep, I guess people can say it's creepy, but I just find it interesting just to see people in their little natural habitat in their own little world, going like, I need to get the turkey and I need to get this. Oh my god.
It's funny. We were talking. Me and my parents were talking about Black Friday and
Yeah.
Christmas. My mom is really upset because
Oh no.
she always gets me and my dad, tickets to a Good Kings game
Yeah.
every year for Christmas, and she's
Oh.
upset because that is no longer a possibility. So she said, now I have to put an actual thought into their gift.
I love your mother because I would do the same thing.
Yeah, man, it's convenient. It's easy. Both of us like it, so yeah, I can see why it's been happening, and now she's got to find something else.
You know what she can do? Are they doing the cardboard thing? She can
Oh man,
she can do that. Like, Merry Christmas, you're a cardboard box now. And then you could be like, oh, there's me. I'm there, but not really.
Mm,
That-
I would not pay for that.
How much? Are those like the same price as a ticket or something?
It depends on the stadium and the team, but some of them were like really expensive for like, yeah, you could have your cardboard cutout for the whole season, and you look at the prices for it, and you're like, I'll pass.
I don't need a cardboard box or cardboard. I'm so out of it. I just what if you could just say, can you just put a cardboard box and put my
Mm.
name on it? Would
You
that
know,
be
like like the person with the bag over their head. That's what I want.
Oh my god. You're talking, I mean, this is such off topic, but in my Zoom classes, I have a comedy class I go to. We study the humor, you know, of comedy, right? Or we break it down, blah blah blah. So there's a lot of like theater kids. Well, this one guy comes to class, and I'm not fucking joking, with a bag over his head during the Zoom classes. And I'm not joking. Like, I have freaking evidence of it. And I know he's doing it on purpose. And I know he wants to get a reaction, and no one gives him it. And I love that, by the way. Like, the teacher has a full on conversation, like he's not wearing a bag on his head. And there was one time, though, he had his dog. But I mean, it's crazy. We could talk about this another time, but I had to say it. But yeah, going back to Black Friday. Yeah, no. They're not, how are they going to do that now?
People will find a way, and people don't care anyway. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be sitting back with my glass of apple cider and just enjoying the chaos. I hope we see a lot of videos on social media, and yeah, I'll revel in the chaos, just soak it in.
That is you. Well, meanwhile, I'm like, oh my god, why? I couldn't imagine like risking my life to go get a TV or I don't know, an Elmo or whatever people buy. I don't just for me, I'm either like I'm going to Amazon, which I'm trying to yeah, my habit's so bad. But or support local businesses, man.
All right, and that's going to do it for this week's episode of Snack Time with Mack and Ash. Be sure to go check out the other podcasts on the Be Heard podcast platform. If you're a sports fan, and especially if you're a Kings fan, we got a lot of coverage for you. Go check out the Watching the Tape podcast with Sanjesh and Tim. Make sure to go check out Deuce and Mo, their podcast. Go check out Sean and Vaughn. And hey, even if you're not into sports, go check out the Dope Ones podcast. It tells you a lot about entrepreneurship and that kind of stuff. So be sure to go and check out everything. And if you do, make sure to rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. And if you got a little bit of extra time, write a summary of each podcast you listen to. It really helps us out. Ashley, is there anything else you want to throw out?
I have to say before we go, there's two things. One, I'm not a sports person, but when I listen to all the sports podcasts, I'm like, wow, I'm like so informed. And like it really makes me really excited, and really great people. But also, so excited! So we all have merch. Yes, we have all the podcasts on the Be Heard platform. We all have some hoodies. So we'll have the link down below. And yeah, I'm really, really excited. So you can rock some Snack Time with Mack and Ash or the other podcast on the Be Heard platform.
You don't know how excited and how annoying Ashley has been about getting these hoodies made. She has been so hyper about it.
I wouldn't say hyper diligent, okay? I've been like, hey, are we getting some hoodies? Are we doing the hoodies? Are we doing it? Are we hoodies? And then when I saw them, I was like, it's official. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. And what I love about the hoodies too is that it is like body for like all types of bodies. So like it's too small to 5X. So I really appreciate that as well.
That's what we're all about on the platform. We're all about inclusion. So go listen to all the podcasts, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of Snack Time with Mack and Ash. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and stay safe.
Bye.